And welcome back to the Spicy Sports Show with Sam Stern and Tom Craig, coming to you live from Portland, Oregon and Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It's the 12th of October, 2016. A little chilly out here in Portland, so gonna get my coat on. And then, of course, I'm sure it's a little cold over in Lancaster. So, Tom, say hi to the pretty people.
It's a little bit nipply. It's about 55 degrees here in Lancaster, and cooling down pretty well.
Yeah. Fair enough. That's good. So, obviously, we got a lot to talk about on the plate. The NFL week number 5 is in the books. Tom Brady coming back, and what a game he had. Granted, it was against the Cleveland Browns, but it's still impressive nonetheless. And it goes to show you that don't make Tom Brady mad, because he'll go off. Other surprising teams coming out from week 5. There's only one undefeated team left. And believe it or not, it is the 5-0 Minnesota Vikings leading the NFC North and leading the league with decent quarterback play, a solid running game, and an all-star defense. Baseball, huge game last night for the Cubbies. Honestly, it was down to the wire. It was one of the more exciting games that I watched. I even stayed up a little bit to watch it. We'll talk about that. Of course, game number 5 tonight between the Nationals and the Dodgers. Who's going to play the Cubbies in the championship series? And then the ALCS is already decided. Cleveland, Toronto, once again. First in basketball, now in baseball. We'll talk about that. College football. Pretty good so far. We're in October. Some teams have already lost. Namely Houston, one of the teams that I expected to get to the playoff, to be honest, but they had a big slip up against Navy, and the ship been celebrated like it was 1984. And then my final topic, I haven't decided yet, but regardless. So, I, unfortunately for me, don't have a beverage available to join Tom, but Tom, he's enjoying some nice mixed drinks and some whiskey, I'm assuming. All right?
Yeah, that is correct. I am drinking some Tullamore Dew Phoenix Limited Edition whiskey right now after having a Victory Dirt Wolf Double IPA beer. So, if you are looking for something to drink, I recommend those two if you want to have a nice buzz early on.
And a combo sounds fantastic.
Deliciousness.
So, without further ado, we'll talk about in the week number 5 in the NFL. Thursday night game, Cardinals 49ers, not the matchup that many people wanted to see. But, I mean, it's a primetime game. What else are you going to do on a Thursday night, especially when baseball is coming down, basketball hasn't come in yet, and hockey's just about to start. Cardinals 49ers, 33-21 final. Cardinals move up to 2-3. 49ers down to 1-4. Blaine Gabbert is no longer the starting quarterback at San Francisco. It is now Colin Kaepernick. Of course, he's made news in the offseason for his stance on the flag and what the symbol that it is to him and the community that he represents. And he's playing against the Buffalo Bills on Sunday, so it should be a pretty interesting game. Regardless, what should the 49ers expect from Colin Kaepernick coming into week number in his first week of action against the Bills on Sunday, Tom?
I don't think it's what the 49ers should expect. I think it's what the fans should expect. They expect something like when Kaepernick was this fresh quarterback beating out the old quarterback Alex Smith, going to the Super Bowl and playing like an elite quarterback. What we're looking at right now is a quarterback, Colin Kaepernick, has gained some weight. He knows that he's not the same quarterback as he was earlier, and we absolutely do not know what he can do with the new receivers that he has. In week 6, there has already been 5 games played, and people are pretty much on their game right now. Kaepernick has been riding the bench and has been waiting, possibly. So, for me, this is going to be an interesting game. He actually just had his contract restructured and has a 2017 player option on his contract. So if he plays well, he may opt in to play with the 49ers again next year. But for right now, I'm not betting on the 49ers right now in Week 6.
I think this restructure is beneficial for Kaepernick to bet on himself. Many rumors were saying he was going to go to Denver in the offseason, maybe to Philadelphia before they got, before they got the pick. But I think, again, he's betting on himself, in my opinion, because, look, he wants to go to a team that, granted, is going to be a better team fit for him overall. And granted, Chip Kelly's scheme could be the scheme that works for him, but it didn't work out in the preseason. He just wasn't healthy, and he got beat out by a quarterback that, quite frankly, through his first 30 starts has the worst record of all time. First 40 starts, 9-31. But I think for Kaepernick, I think this is a beneficial. This is a tryout, and his first game was against a Buffalo Bills team that many writ off, including myself, after an 0-2 start and coming back 3-2, and they're playing a home game with a chance for the Bills to go 4-2. It's going to be a pretty tough environment on the road. West Coast teams coming east have the same issue as East Coast teams going west. It's just a time zone difference, and just being able to adjust to that atmosphere, the Bills fans will be rocking for sure. Speaking of other teams in the AFC East, the Patriots, 33-13 final. The Browns go to quarterback number 5 in Charlie Whitehurst, which is also nicknamed Clipboard Jesus. If you've seen the photo, it looks pretty awesome. And then on the other side for the Patriots, Tom Brady, 4-game suspension. You knew he was going to light it up against the Browns. 28-40, 406 yards, and 3 touchdowns through the air. 2 of them to Martellus, or actually all 3 of them to Martellus Bennett. How scary is Tom Brady coming back, and how worried should the rest of the league be moving forward, Tom?
Tom Brady is very scary right now, especially in the AFC. If any team were to play him right now, they would fear a loss. Basically, he is, once again, an elite quarterback. Him and Belichick, pretty much the best winning duo in NFL history. You really can't beat him. He does short passes well. He does long passes well. He has the weapons to pretty much wreck your own defense. Tom Brady coming back is like the missing piece to finish your 500-piece puzzle. Or even 1,000-piece, why not? But he is a scary man, and just overall, him playing Cleveland was like Michigan State playing Appalachian State. It was a tune-up game for him. So, right now, New England Patriots, I see them going to the AFC Championship, if not the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, I'd be worried too. I mean, the way he played, granted it is against the Browns, but he came back and did pretty good work, and laid off the gas pedal a little bit, of course, when they were cruising by a couple touchdowns. When they played tougher opponents, obviously he's going to be foot on the gas pedal to the very end. Lions defeat the Eagles in a close one, 24-23. Eagles would suffer their first loss of the season. Carson Wentz threw his first pick of his career. Nothing to be afraid of. Again, 3-1. It's a tough game on the road. They were down pretty early, 14-0. And I think for me, what impressed me the most was Carson Wentz coming back from that deficit and carrying the team and give them at least an opportunity to come back and win, which is great. Colts defeat the Bears 29-23. Titans surprise the Dolphins, and you picked them, Tom, 30-17 at home. Marcus Mariota throwing for a couple touchdowns and another score on the day. Now, the next match I'm going to talk about is the battle for Maryland, Redskins-Ravens. Redskins win 16-10. Kirk Cousins 29-41, 260 in a score. Is Kirk Cousins the quarterback fit for the Redskins, or is it just he's doing enough for the Redskins to win, Tom?
He is the Band-Aid on the wound for the Redskins. He is just a quarterback there just to play for the team. He's a decent fit for the Redskins, but I don't see him being the cornerstone quarterback for the Redskins. I think that in the next draft coming up, hopefully the Redskins will look for a suitable quarterback for their situation, if not trade for a decent one. before the deadlines are up. But for right now, Kirk Cousins, he is not a big leader in the locker room, so he is not a leader on the field, I feel. So hopefully we'll see a new and better quarterback for the Washington Redskins soon. Other than that, Kirk Cousins, just a Band-Aid.
Fair enough. I don't know, I'm sure Kirk Cousins will say he doesn't like that. But anyway, I digress.
Well, what's he going to do to me?
That's true. Vikings top the Texans 31-13. The score really doesn't show exactly how dominant the Vikings were in the game. Sam Bradford, 22 of 32, 71 scores on the day. Matt Asiata going for 55 yards and another score on the ground. 5-0 for the Vikings. Last undefeated team in the NFL. Mike Zimmer is probably, no question, coach of the year at this point. How long do you think they can sustain this, Tom?
I think they could sustain it all season. I think they are poised. They've always had a great defensive team, even when they lost Jared Allen to the Chicago Bears. They just needed the right quarterback. Teddy Bridgewater is an excellent quarterback. Unfortunately, he's out for the season. And Sam Bradford stepped in, and he's made his presence known. Philadelphia let go of a great quarterback that was a better fit for the Vikings than it was for the Eagles. Now he's playing like he's got a fire in the pit of his stomach because the Eagles did not respect him and only went with the rookie quarterback Wentz, who's doing well for the Eagles, of course. But Sam Bradford feels like he was the scapegoat. So him playing this well for the Vikings is proving to the world that he should be an elite quarterback. He was the best quarterback for the Rams. He should have been the best quarterback for the Eagles. But now that he was with the Vikings, he's giving it his all. And this could be the push for him to go to the Super Bowl and possibly win it if his defense and his offense are on the same boat.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of criticism came from the Vikings when they gave up, I think, 2 first-round draft picks to get Bradford. And again, granted, he's a number 1 overall pick, but quite frankly, just has not stayed healthy enough to see the production and the delivery that we'd all thought he would be, being the number 1 overall pick out of Oklahoma. And this season is the first season where you can finally start to see what his potential was coming out of college, and it's great. He just needed to be in this perfect type of system where he doesn't have to carry the team like he did in college. He has a decent running game, not a great running game because he doesn't have Adrian Peterson, but still good enough for him to make the throws that he needs to and the quick passes like he always does, and have a really good defense supporting behind him. I mean, this does remind you of the Broncos team that, with this same formula, won it all last season. So defense does win championships. The Steelers win by the same score, 31-13. Ben Roethlisberger has been on fire the last couple weeks, going for 380 yards, 4 scores, 2 of those to Sammy Coates. And if you don't have him on your fantasy roster, you should probably pick him up. He's a pretty hot pick coming out right now. How good do the Steelers look right now in offense, Tom?
Just unbelievable. I did not really expect this from the Steelers. I expected them to be maybe 600 in the standings, close to 500. But the fact that their defense has actually turned around and their offense is on fire, I see pretty much only a few teams stopping them from getting to the playoffs. But even then, it's just amazing what Big Ben has done. They actually look like the time, I think it was 2012, 2013, when they were in the Super Bowl with the Green Bay Packers. I want to go 2012.
2011.
Oh, wow, I'm off by 1. Wow.
It's all right.
Okay.
It's all right. I blame the alcohol.
Blaming the alcohol. But still,